Hey everybody, this is Dan Broadbent on assignment for WikiGameGuides.com. I'm also known as Explicit D, and I recently got to travel to LA for John to check out the new Ubisoft game, The Division. So I just want to do a quick first impressions video while John's still out of town, and then once he's back we'll do some more videos, so be sure to check those out too. So right here, I'm in a group with a Ubisoft developer and another YouTuber who I forget his name. Anyways, we've just established our base of operations, and this is the first mission after that.
We've got a lot of hostiles inside, Agent.
For a basic overview, The Division is online multiplayer tactical shooter RPG. So this is kind of the story mode or single player. While I am playing with a team, you could play this by yourself. So some of John's big questions he had about The Division that I was able to get some answers about. Can you trade loot in The Division? Unfortunately, you cannot trade loot in The Division. So since it's an RPG, a lot of this game is collecting loot, upgrading weapons, unlocking new classes, unlocking new abilities. Well, I guess I shouldn't say unlocking new classes, but unlocking new abilities, because Ubisoft has called this a classless RPG, meaning you don't have to stick with one class that you pick from at the beginning. Like, if you want to be a tanky dude, you don't have to do that the whole time. I would call it more of a dynamic class than a classless, because you can be tanky, you can be a healer, you could be a long-range guy, but what makes it different than a class-based RPG where you pick at the beginning, you can just change on the fly. So if you're doing a mission where you've got a sniper rifle and like an assault rifle, and you realize it's a close quarters mission, you can just switch to having a shotgun. And you can switch your ability from something like radar detection, like showing you on the map where everyone is, to something more like seeker grenades. So you have a lot of diversity in what you can do. And if you're playing with a team, you can kind of change to fit your team. If you're playing with two ranged guys, you can change your guy to be more of an up-close healer or something like that. So this mission is on the kind of medical tree. There's 3 trees that you can choose to upgrade from the base of operations, and in the base of operations, it's like this big warehouse that, depending on what tree you go down, more and more of it gets unlocked and upgraded. So my first impressions of the game are that 4 hours of hands-on wasn't quite enough. This game's a lot of fun. The core gameplay is fun, and there's so much to do and unlock and look at, and you can mod weapons, and I just wanted to spend so much more time in the menus and just figure out what's the best way to go, what seems really cool to try. But kind of had to jump into some missions, play the dark zone. Had a great time with this game. Now you can see here in this mission, when I'm shooting people, the numbers are shooting off of them, kind of like it is in Borderlands. And whoo, some close combat right there. Meleeing, doesn't work great because these guys are bullet sponges, because this is an RPG where you level up and enemies get really strong and kind of like bullet sponges. So you have to realize that going in, this is that kind of game where you've got more of a Borderlands feel, where the hit points that you're shooting them are just flying off. And in most tactical first and third person shooters, especially Tom Clancy games, one shot to the dome usually kills them. So once you can kind of get over that barrier of thinking, oh, this is a tactical shooter, people should die in one shot, that's not this game, And that was kind of one of the things I struggled with at E3 was when we were playing in the Dark Zone, I was just shooting people so many times and they wouldn't die. And at first it was frustrating, but now that I know, like, you know, what kind of game we've got here with the Division, it makes it a lot more fun. So that was, I just cut that mission off there since I got killed and then did not get revived, so I thought we'd switch over to the Dark Zone to get some more of my first impressions. And then, as I said, when John gets back, we will do some more in-depth, longer videos. So I'm in the Dark Zone with a team, and you can see on my back I've got that contamination bag, which means I've picked up contaminated loot. And to get it out of the Dark Zone, I have to pull it out with a helicopter. And you can see we just stumbled across a rogue agent. So we were in a room with about 24 Xboxes, and so there's like 24 other people in the Dark Zone, which is the middle of the map. Kind of the anything goes multiplayer. So right now, we are looking to extract. So you can see that there's another team right there to the left of us who's gone rogue. They're kind of in a firefight. So we thought this would be a great time to just book it over to an extract zone to get our loot out of the Dark Zone while we're not being attacked. Because when you get 24 people in one area, it tends to get a little crazy, especially because we haven't, you know, quite figured out, is it worth it to go rogue? Like, why would you go rogue? What are the benefits of going rogue? And after playing it for a while, my first impressions of the Dark Zone are that the reason you go rogue is because you know you can easily kill someone. You know, you could tell that they're not good or that you're more powerful. And it's fun to go rogue. The downside of going rogue is that you're now marked on the map and anyone can kill you for free. Like, they won't be going rogue if they kill you because you're already rogue. So right now, we've called in the helicopter and we're just waiting for it. You can see in the distance those red skull triangles. Those are other guys who have gone rogue, but we're just ignoring them for now. So the Dark Zone, in the upper part of the screen next to the minimap, you can see DZ player bracket 1 through 14. So there's not really a matchmaking in this, but you can see that you're only going to find levels 1 through 14 in here. So if you're in a party with a level 30, you'll be, you know, in the tier 15 through 30, and if you're level 1 through 10, you are going to get smoked. So while there isn't matchmaking, there are some things in place to keep you from really getting in matches with players where you're just going to get destroyed. Another thing about the Dark Zone and this game in general about loot, when you're with a team, everyone gets XP for team kills, and everyone gets loot for loot when you kill someone. So it's not like you have to sprint for it to get it first. Alright, so we just extracted our bags, and those are safe now. You know, it's 30 seconds till the helicopter departs, but we've got it on there, and now we can just continue playing Dark Zone and go attack these rogue players. Or we can go pick up more loot. It's really free for all. But another great thing about these Dark Zone, I guess the whole map in general, is that the way the cars are, the way the sandbags are laid out, are really great for firefights from any angle. So it leads to a really dynamic shootout experience. So you can see the extraction's complete. All the items will be found in my base in the stash. So I can hold 30 things. I put 6 in there because that's what I could carry. And those are my first impressions of Division, single player / multiplayer, and the Dark Zone. We'll be making more videos, so be sure to check out those. Subscribe and follow and support John and WikiGameGuides. Thanks a lot. Game on.